Hi, and welcome to the SoCal Yearbook Gal Education Series designed to inspire, educate, encourage, and support you while making your life easier. So today we are talking about your ladder and keeping yourself organized and really how a book is made also. So you have a ladder. Some of you have it in digital form, some of you have it just as a paper ladder. Back when I first started as a yearbook advisor, we used to have these and they were laminated, and it was always really scary to me to have a laminated ladder because if somebody sneezed on it or if it somehow got wiped off, it was just, it was like everything was gone and it was really scary. And so I definitely recommend to get your ladder. Maybe the first draft can be right here on paper, and then eventually you put it onto like a Google spreadsheet or something like that in order to be able to make it a little bit more permanent and not quite so scary. So anyway, what is a ladder? It's like a graphic layout of your entire book. And so the ladder looks something like this, and it has signature and it shows the different pages, and it says natural double page spread. So I'm going to kind of break that down just a little bit for you. And for those of you where this is just a little too basic, feel free to skip this one. So a signature, basically how your book is built is it's built with huge sheets of paper. So we get the, it's not like a photocopier where we just print out sheet after sheet after sheet. We actually print out giant pieces of paper, and we print on one side of that piece of paper, and then we flip it over and we print on the other side. So this was really important. Knowing the difference between your signatures and what pages were on your flats was really important back when I first started, because our books, if we could afford color, we were only doing a little bit of it. And so maybe it was only on one flat, and it could cost me tons of extra money if I didn't pay attention to my flats and my signatures. But because it's printed per side. So here's an example of a signature. This is basically one of those sheets that comes out. And you can see right here that we have color on one side and I have black and white on the other, which is kind of a shout out to the way it used to be. Most books are all in color now anyway. But basically we take this sheet, we print it, and we print it. And if you wanted to do UV coating, or if you wanted to do fancy like neon colors or spot colors in your book, you would want to keep it, for cost's sake, you would want to keep it to the flat. So this is one flat. There's 8 pages on each flat. You flip it over. Here are the other 8 pages on this flat. So if you wanted like this blue spot color, you would only pay for this flat. But notice that it's not like page 1 through 8. It's actually 2 and then 7 and 15 and 10, and it's kind of all over the place, which is why you really want to use this ladder to kind of keep track of that. So once we print those, we fold them, and then they end up being in order from page 1. The back of page 1 has 2 and then 3, and then it goes on like that, and then we end up actually stitching it down the middle. So this is a signature. There's 8 pages per flat, and you can see those 8 pages on here. So all the white pages are one flat, and then all the blue pages would be the other flat. And then there is, for example, right here on page 8 and 9, it says natural double page spread. Now what that means is that's where it's actually right smack in the middle of each signature, and that's where we stitch the signature together. So you actually have thread down here. And the cool thing about the natural double page spread is that this page is actually really attached to this page. It's only folded, it wasn't actually cut. So this is the only page that's still one sheet of paper all the way across. The cool thing about that is that if you're going to have a panoramic shot of your class, it's best to put that right there so that all you have breaking, if you have students in the gutter or anything important in the gutter, all you have is stitches, but you still have the rest of that picture back behind there instead of accidentally, potentially having a little bit of a gap right there. So that is your natural 2-page spread, your natural double page spread. And then you can see that this is one signature. This is important because we, as a publishing company, cannot print until your signature is done. But say you get pages 17 through 32 done, and you are set. We can go ahead and run all of those pages, fold them up, stack them up, get them all ready to go, and we can store them for you already printed. And that allows things to move way faster than just waiting until the very end to get everything submitted. And then it could take a little bit longer for us to put everything together because we can't be proactive. So the quick tip is to stay organized. On your ladder, it's a really good idea to write down what each page is going to be about. Write down who is planning on designing that page. You can write down who's planning on doing the photography for that page. Sometimes you have to write really small, or you can put it into a Google spreadsheet. But make sure that this is all updated, and also include when you plan on submitting those pages. What is your deadline for each of these pages, so that you know you can even color code it with deadline 1, deadline 2, 3, 4, however many deadlines you have. And then once you have that down, put it onto a Google spreadsheet, color code that, and stay organized. It'll make your heart happy. All right, take care, you guys. Have a great day.